Alright, today I want to talk about limiting beliefs and ways that you might sabotage yourself from being successful. So, a lot of times people will talk about this as far as success and management, business, whatever it may be. But we're going to relate this to our fitness and our health. And we're going to try to look at limiting beliefs and ways that you might sabotage. So if you have been overweight for a long time, you might have the belief that you can't change. If you have tried many different fad diets or exercise programs and haven't made the lifestyle changes that you need to make in order to be successful long term, if you didn't get the education you needed to be successful long term, then those are reasons that you have adapted back to your previous eating habits or previous exercise habits, and it's made it to where you look at that as failure. Because of those things, it's going to make it a habit that you don't think that that's going to be something you can be successful at. So don't have limiting beliefs in what you can accomplish. We are trying to take small steps so that you recognize that you can accomplish your goals, and it's going to break down the barriers of the limits that you think you have, and we'll just continue to build with that. So we do the same thing with our more in-depth programs. It's just we start with harder things. We're just going to start with really easy steps, take really small steps towards success so that we can continue to build and continue to give you the confidence that you can achieve the goals that you want. And it's going to be something that is simple enough to where you can each week make that change, and hopefully it's gradual enough that it won't feel like it's a massive change. So it will be a lifestyle change, not a fad diet, not a quick fix, and hopefully that destroys some of the limiting beliefs that you may have. The second part that I wanted to talk about was self-sabotage. And something that I've talked about in some of the nutritional programs that we put together is identifying obstacles in your nutrition. It may be your work. Maybe you go out at lunch and you have specific bad habits at that point in time because you always eat fast food. Or it could be family gatherings. It could be that you go out on the weekends and maybe you drink more than normal, which causes excess calories. It could be that you have stress eating based on your work. It could be something where you have a fight with your spouse and that causes you to overeat. But whatever it may be, you need to find how you're sabotaging your goals and try to make sure that you're overcoming those obstacles. So try to look at different ways that you run into problems, and whatever, if it's a sweet tooth, if it's a specific kind of candy bar that you like, or ice cream, when do you eat that, and what moods or what feelings are you going through when you're consuming that food. And if you can find a way to change those beforehand, then maybe it will limit the consumption of that. And if you can limit that consumption, then hopefully it will start to cut back on some of the calorie intake and make some changes just based on your eating habits. So I really want you to try to find ways that you may be sabotaging yourself from either your activity or from your nutrition, and whatever it is that's keeping you from being able to put forth the effort or stick to the plan in those two areas, then you need to try to find out what that is, identify that obstacle, and make sure that you can overcome that or find ways to at least remedy it in most cases. So that's what we're going to talk about today, and that's your goal, is try to identify anything that might be in your way, any obstacle that might be sabotaging your goals, and making sure that you're overcoming the limiting beliefs that you may have.